I'm first off going to start by answering the questions that you sent to me through Instagram. I know that it's been 2 weeks since I posted that I was going to do this video, but I wanted to accumulate enough questions to make this video worth your time. So here we go. I am using the OPK test strips off of Amazon, and I feel like I've gotten really good results with them. Here they are. I actually used these when I was trying to get pregnant with Castin, and while using these is when I found out I was pregnant, and then that's when I went to go get the first response test. But these ones are great, and since they're so cheap, it gives you the ability to test more often than you want to. Oh my gosh, I'm about to sneeze. Sorry, I've been fighting a really bad cold for the past week. But anyways, these are great. I use them every single day up until I ovulate, and I'm able to tape them on a piece of paper and track when my line gets dark enough to when I know I have ovulated or I am ovulating. So I believe that you have to have sex on certain days in order to conceive. Now, when you're first trying to get pregnant, of course you just want it to happen, and that is how we were when we were trying to get pregnant with Castin. But at some point you do have to realize that there are certain days during your cycle that you are releasing an egg, and that's when you are needing to have sexual intercourse. There is a right time to conceive, and then there's a wrong time to conceive. So by using the app and by using the ovulation test strips, you're able to see when exactly you need to have sex in order to have that higher chance of getting pregnant. I would like Castin and his siblings to be 2 to 3 years apart, no more than 3 years. And the reason that I say this is because my sister and I are 4 years apart, and I feel like there was a time when I was in high school and she was not yet in high school that we kind of had a disconnect because we were doing different things and we had different groups of friends, and I feel like I wish we were a little bit closer during that time. But with that 4-year age gap, it was harder than it would be if you were both in the same school at the same time and had some of the same friends. I switch up my prenatals a lot, but I finally decided on the Ollie prenatals, and I took these to my OB/GYN appointment a few weeks ago, and she said that they're great and that they have everything that I need. But if you've heard differently, or if there's something that you know is not in this that I need to be taking, I would love advice. So post in the comments. I just want to make sure that I am preparing my body for another baby the best that I can. I don't like to track how often we're having sex, and you're welcome, Mom. I know you're probably watching this video, but when you are tracking and you see in your app that, you know, for the next 3 days you have a high chance of getting pregnant, we definitely make sure that we are having sex on those days. All the other days, we just like to, we don't want to make it, you know, work. We don't want to make it stressful or a task, because you never want sex to be a task. You want it to just happen. So I can definitely say that we have sex during the days that we know we have a high chance of getting pregnant. I am crazy, and I will definitely start taking pregnancy tests 6 days after I ovulate. I know it's rare that I would get any sign that I am pregnant that early, but I want to know when the egg meets the sperm. I went off the pill at the beginning of December, and I was going to wait until January, but I thought, you know, what's an extra month going to do? So I went off the pill at the beginning of December, so we have actively been trying for, this will be the 3rd month that we're trying. And this month it did not happen because I am on my period as we speak. So I don't think it's going to happen right away for us, but then again, you never know. So it took us 2 years to get pregnant with Castin, and I personally believe that it was because I had been on the pill for so long, and maybe it was the type of pill, but I have been on the pill since I was 14. So by the time I went off the pill, it had been about 12 years, and I feel like it just took my body a lot of time to regulate itself to where I was ovulating every month. And I feel like I have friends that have gone through the same issues, but I also have friends that were on the pill just as long as I was, and they got pregnant within the first 2 tries. So I honestly think it depends on your body. Even on the pill, I never had a regular cycle. So I feel like it varies on your body. And with how my cycle was, I feel like that's why it took longer to get pregnant. We were about to do all of the necessary testing that we needed to do, but I feel like I did not want to face reality and face what the results could be. And right before we were about to start that testing is actually when I found out I was pregnant. I would love to have another boy, only because I feel like I am well versed in boys at this point. He's only almost 17 months, so I know I have a long way to go, and obviously I would love to have a little girl too, but I feel like a little boy would be, a breath of fresh air, because I already know a little boy. So the app that I use is called Flow, and it has your calendars, and then it also has the day. So if you want to add any symptoms that you might be having, you can select the symptom and then analyze your cycle. It also has this area where you can read about different topics, and super informative. You can also look at, when you click more, you can look at graphs, and it will tell you your average cycle length. So this app has been really great. Anything that you see a heart means that that's where we have had sex. Anything red is a menstrual cycle. And then anything that's circled would be where you have a high chance of getting pregnant. I don't find it necessary that you have to change your diet when you're trying to conceive. Obviously, eating healthy and making sure you're getting all of your nutrients is a good idea, but I don't feel like you have to go on a diet. But when I was trying to get pregnant with Castin, there was a point in time where I was trying everything that I could, so I did stop drinking, but that was after trying for like a year and a half. Trying to conceive is definitely an emotional thing that we as women go through. I feel like when Zach and I were trying for as long as we did, there was a point where, I would get those negative pregnancy tests, and it hurt. I would cry and I would be upset, and then I would just kind of get over it and say, you know what, I need to just stop getting emotional about this, and it just needs to happen when it's meant to happen. And I hated hearing that, but I felt like that was the only way I could deal with my emotions, was being in that mindset. But I feel like you need to have someone on your side. You need to find somebody that can be there for you and be that person to talk to and help you get through whatever you're dealing with. So my doctor told me that if I was not pregnant within a year of going off the pill, that's when we needed to start looking into the testing. After about a year and a half is when I went in, and they told me, okay, here's what you can do to make sure that everything is working properly in your body. And I never actually went through the testing, but I did learn a lot about it. But I would say if you're not pregnant within a year after going off the pill, I would definitely go into your doctor, or even go in sooner, so that you can start preparing yourself for what you're going to need to do to find out if you can even get pregnant. I would love to have 3 or 4 kids, but I think my husband is set on 2. I love the idea of having 2 kids because me and my sister were best friends. We did everything together. I slept in her bed until I was like 15 because I was scared of the dark. But I definitely would love to have 3 or 4 kids, and maybe if we can move to land, which we've been talking about, maybe more kids would be an option. But right now, I feel like 2 is reasonable, especially with all the travel that we do. 2 kids is definitely easier than having 3 or 4. Castin is such a great kid. He's so loving towards everything. I mean, he's a toddler, so obviously there's moments where he hits or pinches or kicks or pulls my hair, but I feel like he has that personality where he would definitely be so loving towards a baby, and I cannot wait to see his reaction when we have another little one in the house. So I have a little sister. She's 4 years younger than me, and my husband has an older brother who is 4 or 5, 5 years older than him. I'm really not sure. But we each only have one sibling, and I love having somebody that I can always talk to and an always forever friend. My delivery with Castin was so smooth that I am praying my next one goes the same way. My water broke at 6 in the morning, and I ended up not even going into the hospital until 9. My husband actually went to work because he did not believe that my water broke, and it just kept flowing. So I definitely knew it broke. So I went in, and they ended up starting me on Pitocin anyways because my body had not started contractions on its own, and I was not about to walk around the hospital for 3 days. I was like, just do whatever it takes. So once they put me on Pitocin, I didn't have contractions for hours, and I didn't deliver Castin until 9:21 or 9:30 or around there. But once I started having contractions, I was dilated within 30 minutes, and I actually had to wait for my doctor, and Castin was crowning, and I had to wait for my doctor for I think 20 minutes, and I was not allowed to push. And Zach was super pissed off, but I was like trying to keep calm. And when he came in, he wanted me to wait until I had a contraction, and I said, absolutely not, I am pushing right now. And within 30 minutes, he was out. I did not tear very badly, and I did get the epidural, but I got the epidural at the last minute because I wanted to see how far I could get without the epidural. And I will say that I will 100% have an epidural with every pregnancy because it was amazing and it did not hurt. I was so scared to get the epidural, but it didn't hurt, and I would recommend it to anybody. So the reason I started this vlog was because I feel like it's really fun, first off, and it's fun to look back at all of these videos in the future. And as I grow my vlog, I would love to, you know, collaborate with some awesome people, and I'm definitely going to vlog my pregnancy journey, and I am going to vlog the delivery. I don't know if I will just have a tripod set up or if I'll have my sister vlog it, but I'm definitely going to have somebody in the room making sure they're capturing my delivery, not only for me, but for those of you who are interested in following somebody who will vlog every part of their life. And I do believe that some things are meant to stay private, but being out in the open, I also feel like it would be really cool to have my story shared with other people out there. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. This was my first TTC update, and I will be doing updates once a month for you guys with additional questions that I will answer for you. I'm at the beginning of trying to conceive, so I don't want to get myself stressed out that it has not happened yet. I don't want to track too much, but every time I do an update, I will let you guys know what I am doing differently this month if it has not happened yet, and hopefully someday I can come on here and tell you guys that I'm pregnant. And thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Ask any questions that you would like below. I will link all of the products that I am using currently. And thanks again for following. Share this video. If you have anybody who's trying to get pregnant, definitely let them know to come to my channel, and I really appreciate it. Thanks so much, guys.